National Brain Education teacher and trainer. He received his BA from the University of North Carolina and earned his master's in education from Pace University in Manhattan. He has taught elementary school in Brooklyn and Freeport, New York, and has taught brain education to thousands of children, teachers, and parents over the past 4 years. Mr. Beal became a BE coordinator to help empower children to reach their fullest physical, social, and academic potential. And Dave will speak to us today about brain education in schools.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you?
Great.
Good. Good. All right. So I mostly work with kids. So I like to have a lot of fun. You like to have fun?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here otherwise, right? So if we study the brain, it needs to be fun, right? As Dr. Goldberg said. Otherwise, it's not really very motivational for us. So can we wake up our brain a little bit?
Yes.
Good? Really simple. So let's be 7 years old for a minute. Is that good?
Yes.
So, you know Simon Says?
Yes.
Do you know Simon Says? Yes. Two of us? Right. So you know Power Brain Says then. Okay? So please follow me. Power Brain says up. Power Brain says side. Power Brain says front. Power Brain says smile. Good. Please. Okay. Power Brain says up. Power Brain says side. And Power Brain says down. Power Brain says down. Okay, very good job. Alright, now clasp your hands and breathe in. Exhale. Now look at the person next to you and say, I'm really glad to be sitting next to you at this conference. Alright, wonderful. Doesn't that feel a little better? Yeah, good. Okay. So I want to talk very briefly today about Power Brain schools. So what are Power Brain schools? So we know that here, healthy body, happy heart, what?
Power Brain.
And then I like to add, I can do it. So that's kind of our message to our kids. Physical health, emotional health, cognitive health, and that kind of confidence and self-reliance. So I want to talk today briefly about how we are utilizing these brain education programs in schools across the country, and then specifically I coordinate the programs in New York, the New York area. So, can you repeat after me? Good news.
Good news.
Creates a good.
Great.
What is it?
Brain.
Brain, right? So that's one of our brain operating systems. So good news creates a good brain, right? So do you like brain education?
Yes.
Raise your hand if this is the first kind of experience you've had with brain education. Right. Are you having a little fun? Okay, good. Okay, great. So the good news is that we're utilizing all this kind of evidence from neuroscience and from what we know about how the brain operates into a very effective program that we're using with thousands of kids in New York and the United States. Is that good news?
Good news.
Great. So here's where we are right now. So in the past about 2.5 years, we've been using the program formally in school systems in the United States. And so right now, hopefully this is clear, the number of schools we have in New York that are using the program is 76. And the number of schools across the country is 330. And the number of teachers that we've trained is, how many in New York?
5,000.
Right. Oh, no, this is very important. More than, right? Right, more than 5,000. And then in the United States, more than 10,000. So we really focus a lot of our efforts on teacher training. Why do we do that? Why not work directly with students?
Because then the next year there won't be funding.
Next year there won't be funding. What was it? Right. So actually, the truth is our kids spend more time with their teachers than any other adult. Right? And then so we also do a lot of training with parents. So if we can, what we found, we used to work primarily with students directly, and they change very quickly. Their brain is very flexible, they're not really fixed, they're able to really choose better habits and create new patterns. With adults, sometimes it takes a little bit more work, right? And so we as educators, we're really creating the atmosphere for our students, and we're modeling that behavior for them. So for me, myself, I was a New York City teacher, and I became a teacher because I wanted to save the world. I wanted to empower children. But I realized I was also working in a very, actually the 5th lowest performing school in New York City at that time with a lot of stress. right? So we mentioned before, Katie talked about, how does our brain operate under stress? Not as well. So I was getting kind of chest pain and stomach aches and feeling tired, and then I was starting to yell and become complacent. Things that I said, oh, I'll never be like those veteran teachers that do that, right? But within 2 years, I was doing it, right? Because I didn't know how to manage myself well. So we focus a lot on teachers, so helping them to remain more positive, more, have better physical energy, able to promote that kind of atmosphere in the classroom. And then the direct translation, of course, is the students benefit. And so now we have 50,000 students right now in the United States that are benefiting. Yeah, thank you. More than right. I'm not going to argue with you. I saw your score. So more than 50,000 students in the United States benefiting from brain education. Can we clap for that one? Yeah. We're all here today to celebrate the proclamation from Mayor Bloomberg, and then we feel we want to continue our efforts so that we can have many more celebrations even bigger than this one. Thank you. Just to give a brief summary of what we do in the schools. So we offer programs for the entire school community. So as I mentioned, we focus a lot of our efforts on teachers, and we have many workshops available, many MINI, kind of small workshops. But these red courses are the courses that we focus on the most in the schools. So we have a BE Teacher Workshop, which is a 12-hour professional development where we train teachers experientially. We train them how to teach the 15 basic lessons of the enhanced learning curriculum to their students. And then we have a much more involved 3-credit graduate course called the BE Leadership course. Please raise your hand if you attended the BE Leadership course. Yeah, great. Right. So one quick thing I want to mention is Power Brain Education, the organization I work for, we're not really a huge company, right? Actually, in New York and around the country, we only have a handful of people who are full-time paid staff. The majority of the reason this kind of spreads very quickly is because people have a passion for this. We don't do this for a paycheck, right? So the majority of people who are contacting schools and the majority of the way that we spread within the schools is through referrals and through people who are doing this because they love it and they're volunteering. We have a network of BE leaders, over 300 BE leaders around the country that have created this success for the kids. And then with the students, we have a really great camp called the BE Student Leadership Camp, and then we also work with parents and administrators to create what we call a Power Brain School. Okay? And then maybe some of these materials are familiar to some of us. We have a book published called Power Brain Kids, which summarizes some of the basic lessons that we teach. I encourage you to check it out. And then these materials at the bottom are the workbooks that the students use and the teacher manuals that we help the teachers to utilize the program with their kids.